I don't want that. Why this way? There we go. Hello, all you wonderful people, and greetings from Tokyo Disneyland. Now, as we're speaking right now, at this very second, over about 400, 500 miles away, there's a giant typhoon hitting the lower part of Japan, and it should be here later tonight. I just wanted to see what it would be like to come to Tokyo Disneyland on a day that you know that a natural disaster is coming. Hey Joe, how's it going, man? Greetings, greetings, greetings everyone. I want you guys to know that even in the shade, it is hot as heck out here in this warm, unbearable Tokyo summer. I hope so too. I mean, like the last big typhoon that came through, I was in a supermarket. Hey, Street Stories, how's it going, man? Thanks, Pirate Girl. I mean, I'm used to typhoons. I'm used to hurricanes living in America, so I know the thing. Hey, Gadget Core. So we're gonna wander around here and just check out a little bit of Tokyo Disneyland. Oh, David Osser's on, telling me important. Like I'm about to go to sleep. I remember there being two that were a deal. Like I should be right now in Osaka. I'm supposed to take the slow train to Osaka tomorrow now. It takes about 10 hours to get from here to Osaka on the slow train, but there's a really cheap ticket. It's right just, I don't know if you know where Beppu is, but it's around there. It's around the Kyushu area right now. I've actually never been down that area because it's really far south. Not as far as like, what's the name of that place? Okinawa, where the trainer for the Karate Kid lived. They've got a huge space for parades here. They really thought about that when they were building this place. There's a huge hub, as they call it. Thank you for asking me to stay safe. What do you think? Is this representation of Marceline probably the best representation of Marceline? They got a home store. I don't know. Hey Scott, thinking about going to Japan last minute. What is the best place? I have no idea. Osaka's amazing. Good morning, Ray J. I really don't know. I flew out of LAX one time. I mean, I've seen some deals that are like from Miami, Florida that are like $500, $600, but you have to get it at the right time. And not come during like the time that everyone has off. So there's a big sign out front of the area that like Super Nintendo World has that says, please do not take any pictures or video of Super Nintendo World. It is actually very, very easy to go and see how they are progressing along in that little experiment they call Super Nintendo Land. By the way, it's something you don't see in Florida. There is a airplane with Castaning behind the Cinderella Castle, and I find that amazing because Haneda Airport is within distance of this place, so this is a fly zone, which is okay in Japan. Oh, that's amazing. Maybe I'll leave right before the Olympics. Oh, enjoy, Ray J. I plan on going to. Well, I'll be in Osaka this week. I'll be there tomorrow, and then I have plans on Friday and Saturday, and maybe Sunday or Monday I'm going to go to USJ. Maybe both. I don't know. Yeah, that's pre-Olympics is going to be amazing because once the Olympics happens, this place is going to be packed, and they absolutely know it out here because I didn't know a Nintendo store was opening in fall. I'll be there probably twice in September and then in October to go see it, but that's cool. The tax rate for here right now in Japan, entire nation, is 8%. It's about to go up in September to 10% on almost everything, with the exception of some food things. So be prepared that Japan will not be a cheap destination. They are also, I mean, maybe about 2009, 2008, there was a pretty big differential between the American dollar and how much the 100 yen was worth. It was worth like $2 at one point in time, and then overnight that just disappeared and people weren't making any money. That's a permanent tax increase. It's pretty much an all goods, so that's just a fun fact for you guys. So everything's going to be just a little more expensive than expected. It looks like I can get a fast pass for Space Mountain. That's at 10:15. I'm going to try to do that if I can. The lines look pretty long right now. 25-minute for Stitch Encounter. It is the middle of summer right now, and this is the first day after 3 days that the annual pass holders are allowed back into the park. So this is what a really busy day at Tokyo Disneyland is like, which if you've seen the channel enough, you know I've been here on nights where there's like next to no one here, walk on lines. So it's feast and famine out here. Oh, excuse me, the fast pass is for Star Tours and not for Space Mountain. Okay. Random question. If you go on your own to Japan, who takes a photo of you? You gotta plan for that, I guess. That's a great question. Good night. It's getting late. Okay, enjoy Virginia Beach. Don't worry, I pass out at like 10 o'clock. I'm just upset that I'm not in Osaka right now. That's where I'd rather be. Let me see how if there's even fast passes for Space Mountain. I bet it's like 1 o'clock. Yep, 1 o'clock. It is currently like 10:30 here. It's 1:25. Might as well pick up one just in case. I might not use it. Everyone seems to be going for the same one. Just do this. All right. This one. Yeah. Thank you. I got my fast pass for Space Mountain. If I really want to do it, I got it. I don't speak Japanese, but I'm going to learn eventually. I hope someone takes. Just say Sesshin. Sesshin toe aremasu ka? And then just hand your camera to them if they say yes. Yeah, no Magic Band here yet, but they're working on it. I have not met Mickey. He's sometimes around here. What they're doing right now, and this is really interesting to me. This is for the events that happen here. Like they have 4 shows. This line that everyone's waiting in, well, I guess the line that's in here, is for a lottery. So you have a chance to go into these shows, and if you happen to get one of their shows, you will be able to go in. But if you don't get it, that's a shame. So I guess you just have to wait. Oh, thanks, Joe. I try really hard on those. They got the app here, but you have to have a Japanese iPhone store or Android store in order to access it. So it limits what foreigners can do outside of the park. And I think that since they do that, they're actually losing a little bit of market share of, I mean, it's a small market share, but they don't sell their fast passes here, right? So when foreigners come and they're like, I want to do this, the only way to really get those fast passes is do the vacation package. Oh, this is new. Well, Baymax, the Happy Ride with Baymax. Jose, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just do a video because, as you can see, the quality on my live streams isn't as hot as a video. I might jump a little bit, and I don't know. I might do a little. There's a good possibility. Trent Lomax is here from Maryland. This is where the Beauty and the Beast attraction is going to be. Someone take this man's name. No, they don't have magic bands out here. They don't have those out here in Tokyo. Though it looks like they're building up to going to that because the new Fast Pass system almost looks like a magic band system. It's just about 10 a.m. here. That's right. It is no tipping out here, but they serve a living wage, if that makes any sense. And contrary to popular belief, if you say like, "Hey, buddy, here's a tip for you," they're not going to be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" But they will try to, compensate for you. Unfortunately, Space Mountain has a 100-minute wait right now. Today's a super busy day, even though there is a typhoon coming. There's one of the houses from, I believe, either the Beauty and the Beast area, which is supposed to open in 2020. And you can see the castle there in the background. That might be Marcel's house. It's a possibility because there's like the scientific stuff on top. Magic belts, Joe, I wouldn't be surprised. Throw a wrench in that that rock. Yeah, you have to do the old Fast Pass way where you get what do you call it? Paper tickets. However, the kicker on that is that you are also able to use your phone if you have an app. But unfortunately, I don't have the app, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way. And that means that most of the attractions are already sold out by the time I get here. And I believe that you have to be like geolocated inside of the park to actually get the service. So if you're not inside the park or near the park, you're unable to get Fast Pass for later. So end of August, Disney will hold D23 and the show next attraction. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I think so too. I think so too. I think that'd be a well-placed attraction here. Tokyo Disneyland is more what would you say, more like a traditional American theme park. like in the vein of Disneyland, with all the best attractions from all the lands. Even though Disney Sea does have a couple of repeats with a few names changed, I think that this park would benefit with a big roller coaster. However, I don't think they would do that. The only Marvel thing in Japan will be this ride here. I assume it's here, which is the Big Hero 6 attraction, which I believe that's the building that we're looking at, which will be like a simple saucer style ride, much like the Alien ride at Florida in the Toy Story area. Here we are in Toontown, which I just watched a Yesterworld video with the history of this area and its closure in Florida, which I do remember it being Mickey's birthday land when I was a kid. And the Jolly Trolley is not rolling here. I don't know if it ever did. Any recent earthquakes? I don't think so. I hope not to experience any more. I don't really like experiencing earthquakes, but I don't think anyone does. My house shook one morning or late evening, and that was pretty scary. I didn't like that. Well, they have on the rights, but a long time ago, Universal bought the theme park rights for Marvel, I believe. And with that deal, like with at least Florida, they can't do anything east of the Mississippi with any characters that weren't involved in the agreement. That's why Guardians of the Galaxy kind of got the okay, because they weren't like involved in that deal, because they weren't really much of anything, and I don't think anyone cared about the Guardians of the Galaxy at the time, back in like 1999. And I believe that's why the park in Tokyo doesn't have any big Marvel attractions either, because they are under the same stipulation other than Big Hero 6. You know, the thing that would have to happen for Universal to open another theme park would be there would have to be land that just suddenly opened right next to the park that it's on. Sorry, buddy, lost you there. I'm here. Yeah, I know the video is blurry. There's not much I can do. I'm just running on data out here. It's also probably because there's a million people doing the same thing. I'm gonna go inside for a moment because it's hot. You know, Matt, about a couple days ago, I would have said the same thing, but, you know, never say never is the only thing I can say. Like, seriously, never say never. Yesterworld was talking about this machine and has how it doesn't work in California, but it definitely works here. Yeah, the Roger Rabbit ride's here. It's a 40-minute wait. I cut out of the internet around that time. You guys want a Tokyo Disneyland Resort banana? They got that's the pizza pizza place. They don't have Jesus, what's the name of the place? They don't have Sunny Eclipse here. He's not in Tokyo Disneyland though. I mean, you gotta remember this is super pretty, the MCU. Well, I don't know if you guys know this or not. One of the most famous things about Tokyo, like omiyage souvenirs, would be the Tokyo banana. So that's like a normal thing out here. They just brand it with Disney. Well, Matt, that's a great question. Unfortunately, I'm kind of grandfathered into a American plan that has a Japanese service, and I'm just grandfathered into that. No, it's kind of strange, but it makes sense where it's at. It's in New York City, where well, you know, where the Daily Bugle is, where Spider-Man is. Someone put my watch up on that clock. What happened here? Oh, sorry, man. In case of emergency, brake pig. Okay. Today it's really hot. It should be probably close to 90 today. I actually have a bottle of water in my backpack just in case. Yeah, they still have the rescue coaster out here, but it's well, it was down. It's now open again. I've never been to Akita. I've never been up there. Oh my God, that looks good. I've been tricked though with their ice cream up here. Speaking of the Beauty and the Beast ride, Pirate, there it is right there. Behind Donald Duck's boathouse. There's Goofy's house, which is pretty much Toy Story ride, except you try to clean the house up. There's Chip and Dale's house. You hear that sound? That's the sound of the bane of YouTubers everywhere out in Japan. All you hear is cicada. I have another video that I shot at a water fight festival that has this big stuff about a murder that happened at the shrine like a couple of years ago. And I'm going to try to go around this people. But all you can hear is the sound of cicada. This actually has a 25-minute wait, which is not that bad, but of course they won't let you film on it. But yeah, who knows who Gadget is out here, that's for sure. It was closed for a while. That Universal Studios Japan does have Terminator. It also has a excellent Halloween event where they turn Terminator into the Ring show. They go from the Ring haunts the Terminator thing. It's pretty freaking cool. I've actually never been on this ride, and I still haven't, even though I've been out here. I had an opportunity to ride it on a day that was only 5 minutes, like walk on, but I was like, nah, I'll skip on it. Right now, yeah, the Terminator ride has the what do you call it on it? The Attack on Titan experience, which I hope to see this week. There's a not so hidden Mickey in that tree. And if you guys are enjoying the live stream, excusing the fact that my data sometimes does skip every once in a while, make sure you guys hit that like button, and if you haven't, subscribe. I try my best to say that every once in a while, because if I don't, I'll forget. Yeah, I'm supposed to go this week. I should have been Matthias. I should have been in Universal like today, but there's a hurricane, a typhoon they call it out here, coming to Japan. In fact, I'm noticing something that I haven't noticed before. The trash cans have been tied together, and that might be due to the typhoon that's coming. They might be trying to make sure that they don't fly away together. That's new, strange, and unusual. That's for sure. I got a great shot of Harry Potter and the Jaws attraction coexisting. It's beautiful. Gedgker, I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about that. But I would say that the guy's feeding Goofy. Look at that. You see that guy? He is literally feeding Goofy with water. He was sticking it in his mouth there. I wouldn't know anything about that, but it's something that I would recommend going to see. In just about 3 or 4 weeks, they're gonna skip from summer and just go straight to Halloween here. The Haunted Mansion ride should be getting a retheme pretty soon with the Nightmare Before Christmas attraction. Attraction. You know, I know the wind sounds terrible on stream, but I'll tell you what, it feels great right now. That's right, Barrel Bob. I've heard that. I've heard that Jason Bourne's coming. I don't think they're going to do a Walking Dead attraction, because I believe that the time for that has faded, even though they have that still in California. But I imagine that within a couple months they could retheme that. And right now I want you to know that there are no bathrooms in Toontown. So right now we're walking through the bathroom, because in the 1700s, you see, the Toontowns, they would throw the poop into the river, and in the middle of the sorry, that's the best joke I got. That's the only joke I got. I'm sorry. That's an obscure Disney joke. Give us some Disney Sea, please. I actually might be heading to Disney Sea after this, maybe. For the last couple days, I've literally been holed up in my house. I don't know why I haven't gone anywhere or done anything, but I'm just too lazy to go out and do anything. It's a joke. It's someone I'm blanking on the name right now. It's right next to Fantasyland. The Haunted Mansion is in America, Liberty Square. So toilets in Liberty Square. And then in the center of Liberty Square, there's a big road of poop. Thank you, Life Force. There's the Winnie the Pooh ride, which I have seen it at 8-minute wait one time, which is great. I recorded a video because that was the only time I'll ever be able to do that again. And yeah, this ride always has a long wait, because I believe there's no height requirement on this one. In fact, it's, like I said, like 11 o'clock-ish right now. The Fast Pass is till 8:50, so almost 9 o'clock. I think this is a day that I shan't be doing any attractions, because the lines are way too long. There's It's Small World, which it's quite interesting to hear that song in Japanese and in English at the same time. I know. Isn't that crazy? Like, people still like regard it as one of the greatest attractions ever made. I don't think it's that great, but it's a fun little ride. Over here, this is the line for It's a Small World, which also goes inside. Gotta remember that everyone has a day off today. So that's why I plan on going to Universal Studios on a Monday. Even though it should be a little busy, it'll be right after everybody goes back to work and school and everything. Hey Siri. Oh, well, there's gift shops in the area, yeah. I believe it, Life Force. The Pinocchio ride has a long butt wait today. I imagine at Disney Sea would be about the same, like just super busy today. If there was any doubt at the Mad Tea Party had a indoor or outdoor side out here, it's just like in Florida. I remember maybe about 8 years ago, my friends decided that we were going to go on that ride and we're going to spin it as hard as we could, and we went non-stop the whole time, like pushing it as hard as it could go. And then there is a sudden really quick break where the ride keeps on moving, but the teacup stops, so like there's no turning while you're trying to get off the ride. And man, oh man, I thought my brain was gonna explode. It was not a fun time. Hey, Super Enthused is on. Greetings, Super Enthused. Over from the other coast over here. You're on the East Coast as well, and I'm on the other East Coast. Speaking of things from the East Coast, there's a, well, it might be from the West Coast too. I couldn't tell you. In front of us is the Cinderella Castle, the backside of it, which is not as similar to the backside of water. But in front of it, there's something that, well, they don't have out in Florida, or in front of the backside, behind, in a general space around the attraction, which out here it is an attraction. It's Fairy Tale Hall, where you can see the story of Cinderella, which, whew, it's a good Pasadena if you want to not do that. They have Mickey Mouse, and it's usually a photo op, but it was donated by the Walt Disney Company for like 30 years of doing their stuff back in like 2003. I can only see that because it's right there on the placard right there. And it looks about the same. Oh, look at that. There's a person staring out the window there. Oh, well, now they're gone. But you can literally go into this building, which is kind of cool. It's instead of going to a restaurant or anything. And I wonder if there are utilidors in this place, because I remember sneaking through those back when I used to work at the park. When I say sneaking, I mean I was going from place to place trying to figure out where things went to. La Fontaine de Cinderella, inspired by the French fairy tale and the Walt Disney classic film. Okay. I do ride the Tower Terror. It is quite fun. What's the deal with Japanese people in bathrooms? Every Airbnb has upward of 10 people. You know, we just used you know, we use bathrooms out here. It's just how it is. I don't know. It's a small thing. I'm gonna go in here because it's hotter than hell outside, and I'm looking for some AC. The AC in here is less than expected. Oh, there's baby stuff in here. Oh. Yeah, that soaring out in Japan is about the same as Florida, except for the queue. The queue is beautiful. That is a really cute food catcher and gross, but it's there. It exists for a reason. I don't know if you guys have that in Florida or in America. And they've got boots, which I don't think anyone in Florida would actually use. But it gets cold enough that you have to wear galoshes out here. You wouldn't know that from right now, though. It is hotter than heck. And there's Snow White's adventures, not being called scary adventures. I came on a day that there was pretty much no one here, and the cast member informed me, "This is a very scary ride. Are you okay?" And I was like, I'm pretty sure I could handle it. I went to Disney Springs the first time in 3 years. It's so nice now. Stephanie, I miss working in Disney Springs. I miss doing that car ride, the amphicars. I went last time I came, which was about a year and a half ago now, and it seemed about the same. I'd actually be excited to go back to America. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I wouldn't mind going back. It's definitely something, that's for sure. When I went to California, the one thing that was pointed out to me was that the mouse does not have a feather, and out here he does not have a feather either. He's whipping those pachyderms to fly. I know, that would be cool if it kept the Skyway. Don't have kids, Scott. You know, you never know. Maybe in the future I will. Who knows? And then there's, of course, the friend to all elephants is the Haunted Mansion. It's currently right behind it with a 50-minute wait. My God, that's a long wait for the Haunted Mansion. Though going inside, enjoying the air conditioning might be worth it. But just like in Florida, it's hot out here. Scott, sorry. It's all good. I wish I could see this video. Classy, is it not working? We'll check that out. I don't know. Rumor has it is the Haunted Mansion in Japan isn't really, that's, if you ever read the story, what's the book? American Gods. Mr. Wednesday says, Walt Disney, he made nothing in Florida. Florida is nothing but orange groves. But he's like, but California, there's something special there. I really like that part of the book. It's working very blurry. I'm sorry, man. We have Splash Mountain here, but it's pretty closed up here. This is usually a dead zone in the park. I'm pretty sure all that's open is the restaurant. Yeah, the ride's closed right now, so never mind, won't go that way. Number one market for Disney is Childless Mother. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Of course, a day ticket out here is $70, $70 USD. So, I mean, there's relativity in that, right? They're doing construction on it right now, and I believe the Rivers of America. So you can't ride them canoes right now. You cannot ride the canoes. Oh, yeah, because everything viewing of the canoes, the boats, and the trains are closed off right now. I don't know if you guys can hear the music, but this is Way Down by the Swanee River by Stephen Foster, which, if you didn't know, is the state song of a little state called Florida. I believe the song is called Swanee River. And hopefully that's not the typhoon weather coming. We're gonna get some rain today for sure. I'm here a little early. You gotta be proud of something. And there's the enduring line for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which they will not let you film on. Even if you broke your arm and said, listen, I got an arm that has a phone that records stuff, they'd be like, no, you gotta take the phone off. But my arm, it's a phone. I hear a Brazilian tour group behind me. That's the best joke I got. Actually, there's actually a large percentage of Portuguese, Japanese, and one of the biggest outside of Japan, Japanese in Brazil for some reason. I don't know why. All hail Publix. Miss my chicken pub subs. It is 80 minutes for this attraction, and that is 75 minutes too long than I want to wait. Which is kind of unrealistic, but if you come here at night, it's not a big deal. I did. I thought that was really interesting. The only reason I'm moving to Japan is to get away from the Brazilian tour groups. At least you got a plan. You're killing me, Stephanie. You're killing me. After I get done with this video, I'm probably going to try to do an update video on the construction update for Beauty and the Beast, because that really hasn't been talked about that much. And I mean, we saw a little bit of it, but I'll actually try to get some good shots of it and preface it with the incoming typhoon. I believe I had naming rights for this Indian. I called him Jimmy John, or that might be the one in Universal Studios Japan. This might be Jimmy San, which is a small old Random Land joke if you guys follow that. That's pretty dope. Everything's bustling. I imagine Disney Sea is going to be twice as busy, if not the same. Here is the Country Bear Jamboree, which it says they're doing the Vacation Jamboree, but it's the same show as it normally is. There's no octopus in it. Well, if you can download a Japanese iPhone store, you can see that, I think. They actually might not show it because they don't want people outside the park saying, oh, I don't want to come today. Let's see what toys they got here. Knickknacks. You see a lot of people dress up for this stuff. Do they have this in Florida? Big fat Baymax. Wet towel. Disney fan. There's Pecos Bill Cafe, a little different from the one in Florida. It's just this front. They have a pork rice roll and Mickey churro. Hey Maureen, I have a coupon for that. They do not have a barber shop on Main Street, USA. Dr. ITV, painless dentist. Pocahontas remedies, good for man or beast. Hey, I don't think that would fly in America anymore. Whoa! Greetings from Ventureland, which mostly whenever I come here at night looks like Darkness Land, because man, these parks are really dark at night. The Jungle Cruise and the loading station for the train, which goes around the rivers of America, is currently closed. That is the only stop for that, and you can see dinosaurs on the tour if it was open. So the storm is just about in between of Kyushu and Osaka. So from here it's about 200 miles away, but we should start getting feeder bands sometime soon. The reason that I'm not in Osaka right now is because of that storm. A lot of the train lines are down, so I figured, well, I'll take this opportunity to come out to Tokyo Disneyland. There's the tiki room right there. I'm gonna stay at my house. It's a standard chateau for myself. And if they actually allowed any sort of photography in this place, I'd love to show it. This place is this place is amazing. It's got Stitch in it too, which isn't much of a change, except Stitch comes out and plays the guitar. Got a ship crash in front of the main part of the thing there. And there's the Swiss Family Robinson House, the most boring attraction in all of Japan, all of the Disney parks. I sincerely can't believe I have 21 people watching right now. That's more than I usually get. Oh my God, that is so cute. Look at this. I'm gonna try to get a shot of this here. They have the popcorn bucket of the Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie, and then they have animatronic there of the bird. That's so cute. And a chicken leg, which I imagine is smaller than a turkey leg, is only 500 yen. Teriyaki chicken leg. That is a good deal. And the line's not that bad either. It's the line for the Jungle Cruise, which I just recently put up a 4K ride through that. I do, Joe, don't I? So the videos you find on YouTube of the attractions, it depends. Some they're like okay, and then some you might just like accidentally say, "Oh, I'm just gonna film this," and no one talks to you. But they're pretty up on it here. Like I said, if your camera produces any sort of light, then they'll say, "Hey, do not show that." So sometimes I try to shoot with the phone on my chest, and sometimes that's okay. And then sometimes I'm told, "No, you can't do that." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." Oh, seriously. Someone likes the Swiss Family Robinson thing. I'm glad someone likes it. Adventureland Bazaar. This is one of the few places you can't hear the semi out here, which they call cicada. They'll love you out here. They like one thing that's hilarious out here is the fact that when you're filming anything out here, they're like, no pictures, please. Boy, if you have a phobia of snakes, you would hate this. The whole floor is a snake. I've never noticed that. That is a very hidden snake on the ground. Thanks, Matt. I'm resident. Oh, I don't think I actually went on it when I was in California. I'm gonna stay in here for a moment because it's a little warm. Oh, it's an all. So the stuff for the promotion that they're doing, the Donald's Hot Jungle Summer. I filmed some of the show on my Instagram, and my God, that thing looks insane. And over at Disney Sea, they're doing Pirate Summer, and that's also another insane show. Like boats coming out shooting cannons, pretty amazing. I don't know. Arr. Just surprised this hidden snake here. Is King Louis up there? Well, if I had something like that, which I do, it definitely comes in help. I have Chinese spyglasses that I do every once in a while film attractions on, because that I don't know if that counts or not, because they say no flash photography. That's definitely not flash photography. This area reminds me a heck of a lot like Typhoon Lagoon. Speaking of typhoon that's coming right now. This is Port Orleans, where if you were in Florida, or no, I'm in Florida, in California, you'd find Club 33. Which actually the other day I had a meeting with a, hey T-Bone, how's it going, man? With someone who was talking about trying to get into Club 33. I wish him luck. It seems like if you're a huge, like I you know, you'd be surprised. In Japan, a lot of people do look like they're from the continent of Asia. It's strange. Right there, this would be Club 33 right here, but it's a glass blowing shop. They have Mardi Gras stuff in here. The Club 33 is somewhere else though. The Blue Bayou restaurant that has you can overlook the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. How much? Oh, that's an expensive meal. $42. Well, for me, it's an expensive meal. It's not that bad actually for theme park food, for like high quality theme park food. I'm probably going to partake in an onigiri in the near future, which is a rice ball. There's the Swanee River again, if you can hear it. Very popular song. It's pretty crazy, right? Compared to Florida, I don't know if that's comparable or not. Well, these hats look really hot. Notice, I want you guys to notice, this is $23. There's no one watching these. Do you think this would be okay in Florida? This one's about $16. That's the difference between Japan. They do have stuff that's just out in the open without anybody watching. because there's a trust. I think that's crazy. Right now this is a standard summer day in Japan, but today is a very especially busy day because there is no work or school. It's the Obon weekend. There's pirates. They've taken down the flags from the sign. It looks like they're getting ready. My favorite flavor is umeboshi, which is a really sour food. It's really tasty. If you guys wanted to see pirates doing show tunes, well, you've come to the right place. They have a lot of national holidays, but the common consensus is that everyone's really overworked here, like extremely overworked. Like, well, here's one thing for you. In America, they've got the haircut place, but here they have a bank instead of a haircut place. And right next to the bank, right here, is where the Club 33 is. Which, if you know anybody that can get you into Club 33, be friends with them. And they got walkabout characters. I have no idea who that character is, but there is a walkabout character. Oh, Donald's out here too, so like they do have some big characters out. Looks like they're all getting out of Dodge though. I can see Goofy too. It's just to prove that they do have a lot of walk-around characters with no sensible lines. Uh-oh. We lost you guys. I'm frozen. I'm gonna wait a minute and see if it comes back. If it doesn't, I'm gonna try to switch back. You guys, oh jeez, there's a joke right there. Are you guys seeing anything right now, or is it frozen? The Ice Age. All right, I'm gonna jump off the app really quickly and try to come back on. Sometimes it doesn't let me back on, so if it doesn't, I will continue on in a second. All right, give me a moment.